Thanks so much for joining us for 13 News Now at noon on this Weather Alert Day. I'm Marta Berglund, and let's get right to the big news of the day. The death toll for Helene has reached 10 people this afternoon. 13 News Now has team coverage as the edge of Helene storms toward Hampton roads. Alex Littlehales is live in Great Neck to talk about how you can prepare for land-based storms like what we may see today. Meteorologist Hunter Force joins us from Norfolk with a live weather forecast. But first, let's toss things over to meteorologist Craig Muller for the latest on Helene's path. What are we looking at, Craig?
So we're still watching this. What's been interesting, we've been saying all along, we're going to see the outer kind of extent of Helene work through our area. Keep in mind the center of this thing is out around Knoxville, Tennessee. So it is far away from us, but we do have the weather alert day because we have a tornado threat. This is a threat that we identified yesterday, and we said we're going to make tomorrow a weather alert day from noon through the afternoon and early evening. We have the potential for isolated spin-up tornadoes and heavy tropical downpours. We're going to get to the radar in just a moment. Again, the main threat is going to be for some of these heavier cells to produce very brief, short-lived tornadoes and, again, some heavier downpours. Now, I want to talk to you right off the bat about the severe weather potential because yesterday the level 2 threat was confined down across North Carolina. Then this morning it was brought up a little bit, included some parts of the peninsula. It's actually been extended a little farther north to include all of the peninsula and basically the southern tip of Gloucester. So the Storm Prediction Center saying, you know what, it's not just down here or here. We're going to extend it a little farther to the north. Again, we've got you covered with that tornadic threat. Again, that is the main concern. And not that there have been, tons and tons of tornadoes, but we have had multiple warnings along that line that is going to come through later today. Now, we're still dry, but I do want to show you out to the west that heavier rain out south of South Boston. They're about to get hit with some very intense tropical rain. Farmville's been seeing the rain. There's that tornado watch, and this will run through 6 o'clock this evening, and we'll continue to watch as this line gets closer to us. Now, at this point, I don't see any warnings along the line for severe weather or for tornadoes, but we do have flood warnings out there, and just within the last half hour, there were 3 different tornado warnings. Those have expired, so some good news there. We do still have the flash flood warning. This is to the south of Rocky Mount, outside of our viewing area, but this is the line that is going to come through later this afternoon. You can see the center of this thing well out to the west, but this line is coming through. So this is what we're going to be watching. There is a severe thunderstorm warning down around Wilmington, but we have had at times within the last half an hour these isolated tornado warnings. So get ready. I'm going to break down our future cast hour by hour. I'll take you through the afternoon. Just know that as we go past 2:30, 3 o'clock, we will see the chances for storms. I'll talk about how long that threat's going to last in just a moment. Right now, we're going to check in with Hunter. We're still in good shape, Hunter, but what are you seeing out on the roads right now?
Yeah, Craig, that's absolutely right. I mean, the good news is right now, if you do have to run any errands or you're coming home from work, the good news is the roads are fine right now. It's just a bit cloudy, a slight breeze, but again, the main concern for us today wasn't really the windy conditions or the breeze. It's
All right, we lost him, but thank you, Hunter. Yeah, it looks pretty good out there right now. But as Hampton Roads prepares for the impacts from Hurricane Helene, our coverage now turns to Alex Littlehales. He's live in Virginia Beach showing us some precautionary measures folks are taking ahead of this storm. Alex, talk to us.
Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, as Craig mentioned, it's not the direct impacts from Hurricane Helene that we're most looking at right now. It's those impacts from the high winds and the rain that's supposed to come a little later this afternoon because most of Southeast Virginia is, as we know, under a tornado watch. And we know that a major hazard for tornadoes, it's not just the tornado itself, but it's maybe potentially falling debris or trees that can also be swept away from those high winds. So just going to give you a look at where we're at right now. So we are actually live in Virginia Beach. We are live in Virginia Beach in the Chicks Beach area of the city. And what you're seeing is a tree cutting service actively cutting down a tree here near the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. This is a tree that looms pretty large over an apartment complex, a condo complex here, again, sort of near Commonwealth Brewing Company. And what you're seeing are folks in the trees, workers. They're chainsawing the sides of the trees. It's worth noting that this call was not made specifically for Hurricane Helene, but what we learned from the workers here is that this is their high season. This is the time of year when a lot of people know that there are a lot of hurricanes potentially passing through this area, and so they're calling these tree cutting services to get rid of these potentially dangerous and hazardous trees before a storm comes through and creates even more damage for homeowners. So again, you see them cutting down that tree actively right now here in the Chicks Beach area of Virginia Beach. But this is just one element of storm coverage. We will continue tracking the impacts of Helene throughout our area throughout the day. So live for now in Virginia Beach, I'm Alex Sybil-Hales for 13 News Now.
All right, thanks for that look, Alex. In preparation for tonight's bad weather, Newport News Public Schools has postponed their high school football games scheduled for this evening. Tonight's game between Woodside and Heritage High Schools has been rescheduled to tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. That has pushed back the game originally scheduled between Hampton and Denby High School for noon to 4 o'clock on the same day. In North Carolina, Camden County Schools just released students a few minutes ago due to potential flooding from Helene. All after-school activities are canceled. Elizabeth City Pasquotank Public Schools previously announced schools are closed for students today.